Enemy cruisers sunk.
Hello, Fresh Potato, back with another video. Campaign chips. What was the best campaign chip in 2024? Well, we're going to figure that out in this video, right? Let's figure that out. See, Wargaming has done a fantastic job this year when it comes to the campaign chips. And that's because, well, there's so many good ones. Unlike last year, this is going to be hard to decide because last year there was an obvious winner, right? The Anchorage. But let's see, out of 11 campaign chips, which one was the best one? So let's get started. We start with the January-February update, and during this update, we got the AL wave of commanders with new AL ships like the Sovietsky Rossiya. But for the campaign ship, Wargaming gives us one of the funnest ships to play, right? And that is, of course, the Jagger. The Jagger, a Tier 7 pan-European destroyer that shoots out torpedoes non-stop. This ship is very fun to play and very annoying to go up against. And that's because, again, your torpedoes keep coming, right? It's like they don't stop. But as far as playing this ship, like I said, it is very fun. Very fun to play. And if you haven't played this ship, or if you don't have it, when you have the opportunity, you might want to pick this ship up. Very, very fun campaign ship. And it was a rare Tier 7 because usually we get Tier 8s, right? But they wanted to switch it up, I guess, after giving us that legendary Brisbane in the December update. So, yeah, Jagger, very, very fun. I think it's in the middle of the pack as far as campaign ships. The March update, or the Creatorverse update. And this is where Wargaming surprises us and gives us all these content creator guises, right? Well, you know, I would like to see the CC guises, right? Give us the CC guises. I want a Spartan Elite guys, or a Zarkun, or Durka, or Jenkonomics. Give me an Aaron guys, right? With the voiceovers and everything. But yeah, this was also where the Vermont and Z52 was added to the burrows. But for the campaign ship, Wargaming gives us a pretty good one. And that is, of course, the Admiral Schroeder, right? The Admiral Schroeder, known for those nasty secondaries that can just chip away at any ship, basically any ship, and just flat out destroy destroyers, right? This thing can chew up destroyers so fast, it'll make your head spin. And if you can keep this thing angled, wow, you can cause a lot of damage and stay alive for a very, very long time. Close quarters experts is just a regular thing when it comes to the Schroeder. Schroeder, very, very nasty, and it is, to me, in the top 5 when it comes to the campaign chips in 2024. Another home run for Wargaming. The April update. And, well, nothing really happened during the April update except for maybe the Dyson being added to the store for steel. And that's about it. But for the campaign ship, Wargaming gives us another pan-European ship. And that is, of course, Karl the 14th Johann, right? Better known as simply the Karl, right? And the Karl is a battle cruiser that is, you know, kind of mediocre to me, or maybe slightly above average. It is kind of fun to play, but the armor just doesn't hold up long enough. You do get the good torps. You do get the long secondary reach. But again, like I said, it's the armor. The armor is not all that great. And, you know, to me, the Karl, like I said, it's kind of like in the middle of the pack, maybe below the middle, if that makes any sense. The May update. And it's usually by May is where Wargaming starts to add new things and features to the game. And this update, we got the Venezia added to the burrows, and we got the new Japanese cruiser line. But for the campaign ship, Wargaming gives us one of the best campaign ships ever, and that is the Lucian. The Lucian, a ship that can carry games by itself. This ship could easily be a legendary Tier destroyer, but it's Tier 8, and it is good. My first game I played in this thing was a 160, right? For no reason. I don't even play destroyers. That's how good this thing is. It comes with the torps, it comes with the good guns. You can gun destroyers down, and you can take out, of course, battleships and destroyers with those powerful torpedoes. This ship could be overpowered, but I like it. I hope they never change it. This is obviously top 3. The June update, or the Transformers update. And aircraft carriers were revised, and you had guys getting 300k all over the place. But Wargaming gave us a new mechanic, the airstrike, exclusively for the D7 Prevention, also known as the D7P. One of the funnest ships, again, of 2024. Another home run for Wargaming. And those airstrikes, well, fun to use and annoying to go up against. With the D7P, you can sit behind an island, try to stay concealed, fire your guns, drop bombs on the enemy, and just cause havoc with these things. You can end the game with a lot of damage with the D7P. Now, the D7P, I have to put it top 5, maybe. Maybe somewhere in the middle. Yeah, I'll say top 5. Pretty fun ship. The July update. A pretty big update, also known as the Star Trek update. This is where Wargaming gives us the battle carriers, right? The Connecticut, Nebraska, Delaware, and Louisiana. And of course, the Vallejo. But they gave us an interesting campaign ship. They gave us a legendary ship, right? Not legendary as in tear, but legendary as in real life legendary. And that is, of course, the USS Enterprise. Well, it's a campaign ship not a lot of people cared for, even though it's a legendary ship. But the Enterprise, known for those powerful AP bombers that, well, annoy cruisers and battleships that don't have the armor for it, right? Don't have the armor to protect themselves. Now, I used to think the Enterprise was a little overpowered, but after playing it a few times, well, the planes are really slow, and you know, those AP bombs, they don't work against destroyers. So this ship is among probably near the bottom as far as this list. The August update, also known as the Blue Archive update, also known as the Teenage Schoolgirl Commander update, right? We got new ships in the game like BA Montana, the $120 battleship that shoots lasers, right? But for the campaign ship, Wargaming decides to give us another pan-European ship, and that is, of course, the Tier 8 Greek destroyer Velos. What are those? Yeah, those aren't bear cakes. But yeah, the Velos, pretty mediocre in my opinion. It is a Tier 7 destroyer or American destroyer, but now all of a sudden it's a Tier 8 Greek destroyer. Yeah, the Velos, I think it was recently buffed, and that just shows how bad it was. It had to get buffed immediately, right? But hey, it's a campaign ship, and I don't like to skip campaigns, and you shouldn't either, right? Don't skip campaigns, because when you skip a campaign, that means you're going to probably unlock the ship during the Christmas update in those Christmas crates. Now that ship gets in the way of a ship you could have gotten, a better ship you could have gotten, like the Lenin. Now you're getting a campaign ship you should have had a long time ago. So don't skip campaigns. Now the September update. We got another wave of Azure Lane commanders and a bunch of nerfs and buffs, including the long-awaited Florida buff, right? Finally, after all these years. But for the campaign ship, Wargaming hits another home run with the Michelangelo. The Michelangelo, a Tier 8 Italian cruiser that is very, very fun to play, very, very good. A ship that's kind of designed for the experienced players because you have to understand angling in this ship. Michelangelo may be the most unique ship in all of World of Warships Legends. Getting close quarters experts is a normal occurrence with this thing because of those SAP secondaries. This ship, very, very good, very, very popular. You still see them out there, and I have to put this ship in the top 3, no doubt. Top 3. Very good ship. The October update or the Halloween update. I'm not sure, but I think the Gdansk was added to the borough during this update. But for the campaign ship, Wargaming gives us one of the greatest ships of all time, the Navrin. A joy to play. I am honored every time I play the Navrin. Just a fantastic ship. I have absolutely no complaints about this ship. In fact, every time I play this ship, a single tear falls from my eye because I am just so happy to play this ship, right? Just a fantastic ship that's at the bottom of this list. Next, the November update. Well, nothing really during this update except for the campaign ship that no one cares about, the Schönberg. Sorry, I lied. This was the Chekhov update. So a lot of things kind of went ignored. Plus, I don't really see this ship anywhere when I play, right? It's rare that I see this ship, and it just was released, right? It was in the last campaign. So this ship, well, typical German destroyer, right? It has the sonar and the great guns, but again, I don't see a lot of them out there, even though it was just released, right? So the Schönberg, I'm gonna have to put this near the bottom of this list. It's like no one really cared for this thing. Okay, no one really cared for this thing, unfortunately. Next, the December update, the current update that we're in, and the campaign ship, well, the HMS Defense. All right, this update is really known now for the R. Loria and its ridiculous price, but the campaign ship that seems to be better than the R. Loria, the Defense, right? And I imagine the Defense, I don't have it yet, but I imagine it's played similar to the Nelson or Collingwood or even the Borodino, right? Where you can just sit on near an island to protect your broadside and just fire away. But the Defense, I believe it has the smoke. It has some decent torps. This thing is somewhat overpowered, right? Overpowered, but I imagine that this is a joy to play with if you understand angling, right? So this ship, since it's so good, I have to rate it. I have to put it in the top 3, right? The top 3 on this list as far as campaign ships. But yes, that wraps it up for all 11 campaign ships of 2024. So which one is the best, right? Which one is the best? We had 11 of them, and now we need to figure out which one's the best. So we had the Jaguar, the Schroeder, the Carl, the Lucian, the D7P, the Enterprise, the Velos, the Michelangelo, the Navrin, the Schönberg, and the Defense. Which one's the best? Now this is where you can pause, okay? Pause it, put your answer in the comment section, and then come back and let's see if we agree, right? Let's see if we agree. Okay, so in my opinion, the best campaign ship of 2024, the Lucian. I have to give it to the Lucian. The Lucian, well, why not the Defense? Well, the Defense just came out, right? Just was released, but the Lucian has been around for what? How many months now, right? Since May. And you still see it out there on a regular basis, and this ship is still can carry a game. You can carry your whole team on your back. If you are on a team with a really good destroyer player and they're in the Lucian, you're most likely going to win the battle. That's just how good this thing is. This ship can hold up against Legendary Tier, okay? Because in my opinion, it belonged in the Legendary Tier, kind of like the Chekhov. I think the Chekhov should be moved to Legendary. But the Lucian, fantastic ship, and I have to give it the award. Okay, the Fresh Potato Best Campaign Ship of 2024. Okay, the Lucian. But hey, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.
Enemy cruiser sunk.